Step 3, adjust y-axis belt tension. So during this step, we're going to be adjusting the tension on the y-axis, both y1 and y2, to ensure that the machine performs appropriately. And just for reference, if you're looking at the front of the machine, y1 is going to be on the left side and y2 is going to be on the right side. All right, so let's arrange our y-axis. Now these are in the next layer inside of your box of styrofoam, and you are going to place those on the table outside of those cross members. Now you want to keep at least 56 inches between the two y-axes, and this is going to allow for adequate space so you can actually assemble the frame in a future step. All right, so when you put this on the table, you want to make sure you have both of the axes oriented the right way. So for the y1 axis, that linear rail is going to be on the left, so on the outside of the machine. And for the y2 axis, it's going to be on the right side, which will also be on the outside of the machine. And then the motors are going to be at the rear of the machine. So another quick note, when we put the gantry on later, and the gantry has the big spindle attached to it, the Y1 end of it, which is going to be the left side if you're looking at the machine straight on, this will actually go past the machine by 8 inches or 200 millimeters. So you want to make sure you have at least 12 inches of space at the back of the machine to allow your gantry to move safely. So part 2 of the step is to tension the Y1 and the Y2 axis belts. So you're basically going to do the same procedure, but just on both sides. Now the belts are actually shipped to you in a non-tensioned state, and that's just due to the fluctuations in temperature during shipping, depending on the environment that the machine is actually going to. So you want to actually make sure you have a proper tension on the belts so that your X-Carve Pro will perform appropriately, and this will also increase the life of your belts. First, we're going to pull the silver adapter plates away from the back of the Y-axis and towards the front to provide access to the motor. Now that the cover is off, we can loosen the belt. So we're going to need to hold this from the back side. We'll do that with a 7mm open-end wrench, and then you're going to take a 2.5mm Allen wrench and turn it until it's slightly loose. Now with the wrench still over the nut in the back, you're going to take a new wrench, this time an 11mm, and you're going to turn the nut counterclockwise until the belt is tight. And what you're going for here is the belt to be kind of like a guitar string. Now that you've got the belt tight, you're going to come back with a 2.5mm Allen wrench, and you're going to tighten. Now this can be a little bit tricky because you're going to need to hold the wrenches in one hand. And this is a really good example on how you can do it. You're kind of pulling those two wrenches together in one hand, and then you've got another one free. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, so the Y2 axis. That silver adapter plate, which is on the linear rails, we're going to move it out of the way. And it can be helpful to have an extra pair of hands to hold the Y-axis as you move this plate back. And then with that 2.5mm Allen wrench and the 7mm side of the open-end wrench, we're going to loosen that nut. Then once we've got it loose, we can take the larger wrench and tighten it until we get the belt the right tension that we're looking for. Then with both of the wrenches in one hand, we can take that Allen wrench and tighten. So the last part of this step is to reattach those end caps. So then you're going to use the Allen key and install 5 M3x6 flathead screws. Now these don't have to be super tight, so just be careful when you're tightening them down not to strip the screws.